Good morning. As I light this fire up, thank you so much for joining me in our weekly morning ritual. If you saw this morning's post was about the moon being in Pisces today and for the next 2 days. And we just came out of the full moon this weekend. And as always, I like to check up with you guys. How are you doing? How's the full moon? A beautiful soul sister of mine said that the full moon, she was feeling empowered. Even though she is seeing how certain triggers or fears are coming up because her life is moving in a direction she didn't expect it, she is still moving ahead anyways. And I thought that was really beautiful and something I wanted to share. As for myself, I would say that, I typically have a lot of energy, so it's harder for me to sleep during the full moons. But I am finding, hey, Emra, good morning. I am finding that this is nice, stable is the best way I could say and describe it with the energy in Aquarius. Very stable. And so that brings us to today where the moon is in Pisces, and you can sort of see the background here with the filter on Instagram. It's supposed to be a little bit like dreamy-esque fish atmosphere. And so we know that for those of you who don't know, the moon moves through about every sign in the astrological circle sphere every 2 days. So throughout the month, you will see that's why once you begin to tune into your energies with the moon or the nature elements around you, how your own body system, your own personality begins to ebb and flow with that. And so Pisces, coming off of Aquarius, is a lot about that introspection. And this week we have the energies moving through the moon in Pisces, then building up for Aries, and then dwindling down for nice stable in Taurus right before we enter into the month of August. And all this is important because especially when it comes to your own creation, manifestation, if you follow me, I talk about star seeds and your soul purpose, right? In terms of expressing your soul's truth, knowing who we are in this lifetime. And this energy, we're being encouraged to, one, it's a moon day in terms of the weekday, Monday, being about the moon. And we're being encouraged to tune in, slow it down. The energy is not about rushing, especially after a full moon. It's about knowing, for example, once you take a medicine, you take some time to rest. You take some time for it to integrate in your body. And that's also in terms of processing. What is it that's come up for you? Because there's something that you've learned, something that you've experienced in the past couple weeks. Good morning. And what is it that you've learned from this experience or lessons, and that you are ready to go and share that, to embody and express that? And this is the more or less a prep week. And so a lot of the posts that you're going to see this week is going to be about, okay, how can I tune in and work with the energies around me in my day-to-day? So I'm walking in that space, in that energy of higher vibrations where, one, you're not seeing it as just a normal day-to-day. It's really, there's essence, there's an energy, there's something being guiding you towards around. And I love this filter. And so it could be tempting to sort of fall back right now and slump and sort of slow down and maybe get in your head in terms of the aspect of Pisces, um, you might, some people, not everybody, so this is just to be aware of it, right? Or if you see it somewhere in your external being played out, addictions arising or self-pity or lower vibrational states, and that's just Piscean energy, In order to strike that balance, this is where you draw within yourself to come into that self-nurturing space. And so, again, energy is everything, right? How do we play with that? How do we purposely, intentionally balance that out for ourselves so that we can go forth and really utilize that? And so, rather than fully staying in a place of full, let me get in my blanket and let me not go out, right? It's good time to rest, reassess, regroup, and then as the energy picks up this week, you'll be able to redirect that in a very constructive way. Being mindful that Wednesday, which is a fire energy with Aries, you just want to make sure the energy is constructive and not butting heads with others. And that's just something to be mindful of, again, because you don't want to waste, especially after a full moon, your efforts in sort of erasing all that work that you've done and cultivated, in terms of being frustrated, being, again, on the other vibrational scale, angry, right? Or angry with others. It's just wasted energy, and we want to be constructive with that energy, in essence. And so, those, I would say, are the major points with the energy this week. And anything else? Oh yes, a couple things. Before we get into that morning ritual where we tune in and align our energies, I was leading a meditation class, and in this class, it's different levels, and we've been practicing, at least for a lot of the people who are new to meditation, how to sit in stillness. What is it that I'm looking to do when I come to sit down on the mat, right, on the floor? And they were cultivating the sense of exactly what we're encouraged to do today and the next and tomorrow. Learning to hear your own voice of intuitive guidance, right? But in order to do that, you have to be devoted enough to the self to sit down with yourself and hear yourself out. Not pushing yourself to receive and force an answer, but to lovingly allow it to come up. Sort of when you're boiling hot water for tea, right? Or whatnot, and the bubbles start to emerge. And when you sit in stillness and calmness and the full presence in mind, body, spirit, all your senses, sight, touch, smell, hearing, feeling, right, internally, in this one moment, the wisdom comes up. And I had this beautiful message come through this weekend with the full moon rising, right? That when we all actually practice this weekend a mantra meditation, chanting, and again, some people were entirely new, thrown into the situation, and some people have been there practicing stillness and silence, right? And the first thing that came to their mind was like, oh, that was hard because I didn't know what to pay attention to. And I believe that's probably one of the factors in terms of energy that could come up for you. What is it that I'm meant to be paying attention to with so much noise around me, or this is entirely new environment? And when it comes to this mindfulness meditative practice, we encourage, in order to be fully alignment to the energy above and the earth below and everything around you, it's, can you not be it so attached to the story that ego or that part of you that makes judgment or criticism, or has already written off a particular storyline about what's going on, or its mind is drifting off to the past with worry, fear, or the future, anxiety, right? Can you not attach yourself right now for this moment to any of that without judgment? Be fully present. And I, even for myself, as being someone who was facilitating the meditation that day, it was entirely new, having all to prep at the same time with new people walking through and trying to instruct at the same time, right? Like multitasking. The one thing that I was able to do was to feel grounded, was connect to that breath, right? What was my intention? And intention is very important, and this is what we've been talking about the past couple of weeks. When it comes to connecting and doing things a new way with spirit and the energies around you, intention is everything, because you're purposely directing your attention to where you want it to go and be. And the lesson that came through that I wanted to share off with you before we go is that every experience builds you up. Everything. For who you are exactly right now in this moment. And who you are going to be, right? Because you're going to have so many more experiences for yourself. And so this lesson and acceptance of what is a beautiful thing. And I feel like, at least for myself and my perspective, it's helped me in the past couple of weeks in terms of leading groups for yoga and movement, meditation, right? Ceremonies. How can I be at least 1% better, as my friend says, Sarah, than I was the last time I was here, right? Rather than judging and allowing the mind to go into criticism, right, Pisces, or negative vibrations, or in the sense that it drifts off completely off what actually was happening. You know, everyone has a different experience, and you'll have a different experience. Good morning, Brian. And when you allow yourself to not be attached to all that, and you welcome in, okay, I take this as one, a to-do list, and a lesson in terms of what is it that will light me up to show up the next time just a little bit, 1% more. And I feel that's just something I wanted to share with you guys for this week and the next week before we go into that another lunation cycle of the new moon in Leo. Yep. And so right now, with that brief introduction with the energies of this week, feel free to rewatch the recording, but we're going to now transition off into our weekly morning cosmic tune-up ritual. So feel yourself, just go get yourself comfortable, whether you're already seated with a blanket, or you're in your car watching this. I invite you, this is your invitation to sit down and just tune in, breathe in, set your intentions for the day, set your intentions for the week. Oh yeah, if there's anything that's coming up for you, you can go through this with a higher vibrational energy that will overcome anything that comes your way. And so, getting yourself comfortable already, if you have any crystals, begin to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And then draw your palms together and just rub the palms up and down, allowing your hands to generate this internal heat to the surfaces of your skin, the palms, and just breathe out. As you breathe in on the next breath, draw the breath all the way to the crown of the nose. And then exhale, breathe out, allowing the breath to descend down the spine. So draw awareness to the shoulders and pull the shoulders back and down away from the ears. We're creating space from the heart, the shoulders, down to the pelvic floor. And then breathe in. Feel the breath rise past the heart, past your throat, up to the crown of your head. And exhale, taking your time to feel the breath descend down the back of the skull, the head, the shoulders, the spine, your hips, your tailbone, and all the way down to your feet, to the earth. And then breathing in, placing the hands over the belly, feel the belly expand. Drawing the breath up to the crown of the head. And then exhaling, slowly allowing the breath to descend down, envisioning like a wave washing over you, massaging you, relaxing you, coming across the shoulders down to your arms, relax on top of your thighs, knees. And breathing in, feel the breath come up the front side of the body. Again, the belly rises. Breath comes up and expands the heart. And then massages gracefully up in front of the face to the crown of the head. If you're a male, place the right palm below and the left palm on top, and the thumbs kiss. If you're a female, left palm below, right palm on top, and thumbs kiss. Right in front of the belly button, and just breathe in. And then exhale. Allow your awareness to pick up on the sound of your own beautiful breath. And then allow that awareness to drift off and see, how do you feel physically? With just envisioning the breath as like gentle waves coming all around you, allowing the body to relax, to give yourself permission just to sit here and to breathe. And on the next breath, envision the breath come all the way up in the shape of a beautiful white orb, or hovering over the crown of the head, and up on top about 2 to 3 inches. Envision a beautiful crystal, a beautiful crystalline flower, a rose, or a chrysanthemum, and how that beautiful rose or flower of the petals just begin to expand and bloom open over your head. And envision using your breath, that your breath is what helps it to expand as you inhale. And then as you exhale, begin to spin that flower counterclockwise over your head, using your intention, your breath, your imagination. Breathe in and breathe out. And as you breathe out, envision beautiful stardust. Or if you want, droplets of water washing all over you from the sides towards the front of the body, and then behind you. And then it wraps all the way around you, and then right below your feet, they all meet. All 4 corners, north and south and the east and the west meet, and you're surrounded in a beautiful, what I love to say, a cosmic egg, a veil of protection, energetically working with the healing energy of the angels, your spirit guides. I invite you to just take a moment to call in calling in to any spirit guides you work with in particular, any angels that come to mind right now. You can always say the Divine One God, and just say a word of gratitude for thank you. Thank you for being here with me, and knowing that when I sit in the stillness, I can feel you. And as you allow yourself to just feel the warmth of the light rays around you, the rain droplets around you, breathe in and breathe out. Draw your left hand over your heart space, maybe right hand on top, and taking another deep breath of gratitude. And exhale. Feel your heartbeat. And the next breath, in your own inner third eye imagination, envision a beautiful golden encapsulation, an egg wrapping, sealing up exactly where that shower of cosmic energy, white light, was wrapping around you. Envision a gold egg from the crown of the head all the way around your sides, towards the front and behind you and below. And just envision yourself in this egg. And the reason why we set this up is because we're sealing any gaps energetically. Sitting in our sacred space. And on the next exhale, envision a blue auric light all around that first layers. And this is a blue light in which we work from, that wherever we have a decision to make this week, or there's a question being presented, we respond back from that place of confidence and certainty and from our own truth, not people pleasing. And on the final layer, we add in a vision of beautiful indigo flame from underneath you, all around you, and then in front and behind, reaching towards the crown of the head. And this beautiful third, fourth layer that we put forth is a space between any energies that are not meant for us, any thought forms that come through, and they aren't able to come into our own sacred space, into our energy circle. And just take a moment to breathe in and breathe out. Coming back to your intention, state something that you would like to see come forth this week. And intention comes from a desire. And from that desire and asking guidance and tuning in to your higher power, you're encouraged, you're lit up. You have this infinite amount of confidence to move forth in that direction without fear and without doubt. So just always come back to that space where we are right now without judgment and being present in the moment. Then on the next breath, just draw your palms together and begin to rub them again. And breathing in and breathing out. And slowly place the palms over your eyes, over your forehead, your head, and bowing down to yourselves. Breathe in And breathe out. And then just move, open up the palms, open up your gaze. And just allow yourself to use your own hands to energetically just wake yourself up, add some movement, and rolling the shoulders left and right. And just place the right hand on top of your heart and feel your breath. Expand that space and feel your heartbeat. I encourage you to tune in to see what sounds are around you, what's coming forth for you. Take your time if you have that. Maybe to journal. And remember, something else that I wanted to touch base, I'll probably be saying this throughout the week for you. As you create your own sacred space and you hold your energy, your frequency, right? As the Palladians say, we are frequency holders. Full moon gives us a beautiful chance to reap what we've sown the past couple weeks. And if there's something that comes up in terms of, oh, maybe I'm going in a different direction, don't look at it like, oh, starting from scratch and it's gonna be work, right? With your eyes rolled back. Look at it as a second opportunity, especially because this Wednesday Jupiter is going to enter back into Aquarius, and that Jupiter is that planet of abundance. And then you have Aquarius, that's always about ushering in that new or different way of seeing things and approaching it. And I just wanted to share that message to you, that no matter what, we're always on a journey of expansion and growth. And I think that's the best gift that we're given, especially for those Sagittarius out there, when we love to play and learn and travel, right? New. And so I pray you guys have a beautiful, blessed day, a beautiful, blessed week. Thank you for tuning in this morning. If you want to rewatch the recording for the energies coming up, feel free to comment down below anything that comes up for you, whether now or even after. Come back to the video and play this over and over again, because this is a beautiful tool. I find that since I practice this morning ritual, that I like to say the cosmic egg and calling in my spirit guides to guide me, I feel very grounded, and I know now how to say no to things, that are not in alignment to my morals and values, and hence using that energy constructively towards where I need to be going, right? And to close out every session, every practice, place your hands together in prayer, mudra, right where the thumbs are touching the heart space, and your fingers are shooting up. Closing the eyes and bowing down to yourself. Take a deep breath in, and then open up the mouth and breathe out. Notice how your breath is very stable, not wavering. Breathe in and breathe out. And on the next inhale, I'll close out in the Sat Nam. And if you've been here and seen in the past couple recordings, lives, Sat Nam in Sanskrit means truth is my name and truth is your name. And I honor and see the light in you as I honor and see the light in me. And so taking a deep breath in and exhale. Sat Nam. Drawing the thumbs to your third eye and bowing down. Breathing in and breathing out. The thumbs returning to your heart space. A deep cleansing breath in. And I honor the light in you as I honor the light in me. And I thank you so much for being here. And I would love to see and hear back your own reflections and how these practices, these tune-ups for the week are helping you to feel more grounded and aware, not allowing the energy to just, not allowing yourself to just be pulled in different directions, but you moving forth with intention as your own creative source that you are in this lifetime. Sat Nam.